In the endless cityscape of Taris, where skyscrapers touch the clouds and crime fills the streets below, a young Twi'lek girl fought to survive. Her name was Mission Vao, a blue-skinned street urchin with quick hands, sharp wit, and a heart too big for the dark world around her. She didn't have a family, not really. Only her older brother Griff, a smooth-talking scam artist always chasing the next big score. Mission's life began with hardship. At just 5 years old, she and Griff escaped their homeworld, hiding in a shipping crate bound for Taris. No food, no comfort, just survival. But even on that harsh world, Mission learned to adapt. She became street smart, independent, and tougher than anyone gave her credit for. When Griff eventually abandoned her for a dancer named Lena, Mission was left alone in the slums of the lower city. That was until she met a Wookiee. His name was Zalbar, an outcast from Kashyyyk, far from home and hunted by swoop gangs.
When Mission saw thugs harassing him, she didn't hesitate. She charged right at them, screaming, "Leave him alone!"
Of course, they swatted her aside, but the Wookiee roared, lifted one of the attackers off the ground, and sent the rest running. From that day on, the two were inseparable. Mission called him Big Z, and he became her protector, her partner, and her best friend. Together, they survived in the lower city, always looking out for each other. A young girl and a giant Wookiee against the galaxy. But then, the galaxy changed. During the Jedi Civil War, the legendary Sith Lord Revan, stripped of his memories, crash-landed on Taris. The city was soon under siege by the Sith, and fate brought Revan straight to Mission's world. When her friend Zalbar was captured by Gamorrean slavers, Mission begged Revan for help. Together they rescued the Wookiee deep in the sewers of the Undercity. And when Revan prepared to escape Taris aboard the Ebon Hawk, Mission refused to stay behind. She boarded the ship with Big Z, just moments before Darth Malak's fleet destroyed the planet. As the ship rose into space, Mission watched her homeworld burn. Everything she had ever known, gone in an instant. But instead of breaking, she found strength. For the first time, she had a family that chose her, not one that left her behind. She stood beside Revan and his crew, determined to help however she could. She wasn't a Jedi or a soldier, but she was clever, fearless, and loyal to the end. Throughout their journey to stop Darth Malak, Mission proved her worth time and again, slicing into security systems, sneaking through enemy bases, and keeping morale alive with her humor. But destiny had one more test for her. When she met her brother Griff again on Tatooine. He'd been captured by Tusken Raiders, and even after being rescued, he was still the same selfish dreamer. He promised Mission riches with his new business idea, brewing Tarisian ale, and as always, it failed miserably. That's when Mission realized the truth. Her brother would never change, and she didn't need his approval anymore. When Revan's true identity was revealed, that he had once been the Dark Lord of the Sith, Mission was shaken, just like everyone else. But deep down, she knew who he really was. Not a monster, but a man who had saved her life. So she stood by him to the very end. Through the fire of the Star Forge, through the final battle for the Republic's survival. Mission Vao fought not for glory, but for friendship. After the war, Mission and Zalbar built a new life. An import business, far from the chaos of war. They found peace, success, and freedom. Years later, statues of Revan and his companions were raised on Corellia, immortalizing their bravery. Among them stood a small Twi'lek girl, once a forgotten street rat, now a symbol of loyalty and courage. Because in the end, Mission Vao proved that heroes can come from anywhere, even the darkest alleys of Taris. This was the story of Mission Vao, the heart of the Ebon Hawk crew, and the girl who never stopped believing in her friends. If you enjoyed this story, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Star Wars legends. May the Force be with you.